Anime and tech go hand in hand. When some of the subculture's most popular staples feature robots, cyborgs, the freaking future, it's hardly surprising when you find fans that are smack dab in the center of both. And here lies an opportunity. Why don't tech companies make products for anime fans? Except they already have. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Denki channel. My name is Ken. This video is all about my favorite anime tech collaborations that I've seen so far. I'm not talking some low-hanging fruit like Pokemon-themed game consoles or whatever the hell this decaf Cardcaptor Sakura crap is. Everything on this list is not only real, but officially licensed products, or at the very least, feature original anime-inspired IP made by the manufacturers themselves. As an anime fan with a collecting hobby, sometimes I buy themed merch to immerse myself in series that mean a lot to me. And plus points if it's in a way that's tasteful, practical, and cool to rep my fandom on the daily. And so we start with SONY. If you're one of our regular subscribers here on Denki channel, you probably already know that I love their headphones. On another video, I talked about my favorite pair, the CD900ST, and how it carried the Japanese music industry on its back for decades and still does to this day. This admiration that I have also extends to the company's Bluetooth options, like the over-ear and in-ear 1000X Mark IVs, which are among a handful of products that have received anime glow-ups. Not too long ago, Sony made limited release collab items with the immensely popular Kimetsu no Yaiba, otherwise known as Demon Slayer. This entailed custom line art that was printed on mainstay products the company was already selling. And the icing on the cake, especially for me, was the special packaging for collectors to display. Never actually bought them though, mainly because you gotta import them from Japan, which means on one hand, it's hard to deny that this is a simple novelty that might cost Sony little to produce. However, if less is more in the scheme of repping anime, I think these products look the part and probably sold very well in the process. After all, Sony has run similar collabs for other popular franchises in the past. Hatsune Miku saw her own run of 1000X Mark IV over-ears, one of a few collabs she's done with Sony over the years. There's also my personal favorite, Love Live Sunshine, that got the line art treatment and a sick looking box with a watercolor illustration of Chika. Even Sony's own Fate Grand Order and Magia Records saw limited run items as well. Apart from the import costs, if I didn't already own the normal versions of these Sony products to begin with, I probably would have been tempted to buy these. If you're looking to build a PC for gaming, streaming, or working, Jawa is a marketplace created by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Here, you can sell or purchase completed builds, individual components, and peripherals from a wide selection that's growing by the day. And that's for any budget or need without dealing with crazy markups. Scalpers be damned! Best of all, I told them I was making a WEEB tech video and they were like, hell yeah! And pointed me in the direction to one of their verified sellers that makes custom builds, like this very awesome looking Fate Grand Order one. If any of this has you curious, please go check out the link in the description, and huge thanks to Jawa for sponsoring this portion of the video. Generally speaking, smartphones can be pretty bland. Most markets in the world have a fruit, a thing named Sam, or some derivative of the two that make up a sea of boring rectangles. I don't think it's for a lack of trying, but if we're just gonna slap some random-ass colors and logos on a phone in some attempt to be different, I hate it here! Why not make it themed? Well, sometimes smartphone manufacturers collab with anime brands to literally add some character to their products. There have been countless examples over the years, most of them were Gundam, but it doesn't take a fan to see that mech themes play very well on phones. Some recent examples, the Oppo Reno Ace paid subtle tribute to the classic RX-78 II, while Xiaomi took a more aggressive approach, utilizing the X10A Freedom design from Gundam Seed for a special version of the Black Shark 4S. Normally, I think gamer aesthetics are a bit overkill, but they feel particularly right at home on this phone and is way better than the stock design. Xiaomi also at a point utilized Hatsune Miku on the back of their Mi 6S, which came with a colorful case and matching battery bank. But for me, the classic Miku phone has to be the Sony Xperia SO04E from 2013. Of all of the collabs Sony did with her, this release actually hits so good. The back of this phone with an illustration of Miku's iconic twin tails, mashed with futuristic music-themed graphics, and the Miku colorway are all a symphony of perfection. The magic didn't just stop with the phone, it was also in the marketing. Sony Music Japan published a collab CD with Vocaloid's top producers on list and even held an in-person AR concert to coincide with the collaboration project. But I gotta say, if I can only have one phone on my WEEB bucket list, it would be none other than the Sharp Evangelion SH06D. Because I can't think of another phone that embodies the vibe and feel of the work that it's based off more than this. Released as a collector's item to accompany the premiere of the 3.0 rebuild film, this device features a redesigned exterior to the base phone that makes it look like standard issue for Nerve personnel and includes a custom UI that's loosely inspired by the Magi operating system in the series. While most tech enthusiasts absolutely loathe heavy Android skins, this one gets a pass for me for looking true to the real thing. And to really enhance that experience, this phone has a 720p 3D screen similar in type to that of the Nintendo 3DS. What this means in practice is that the UI elements practically pop off the screen, which is perfect because they look like that in Evangelion anyway. I never considered nabbing one of these for a whole load of practical reasons, and the performance doesn't seem like anything to write home about either, but with the novelty comes a lot of charm, and really there's just nothing quite like it. Whether it's your computer, tablet, smartphone, or even car, tech companies have pushed virtual assistants on us in a bid to make our lives easier and more convenient. Some might have more spunk than others.
I give up.
But most of them are really missing two things: a face and a personality to care about. And no, Sam doesn't count.
ねえ、起きてってば。おはよう。
This is Hikari Azuma, the cute flagship character for a product that I've been curious about for years called Gatebox. Essentially, it is a lifestyle device for the home with a projected AI assistant that you can converse and interact with. Users can communicate with her like any other normal virtual assistant, ask for the weather, or even to control your smart devices. But the real selling point here is that she listens and responds to you like a real human friend would.
今日雨が降るかもしれないから傘持って行って。
No, seriously. There are things like body language, laughter, intonation that you get from Hikari that you just don't from Siri or Google. Gatebox also has some neat party tricks, like a built-in motion sensor that allows Hikari to see you off as you leave for work.
行ってきます。
行ってらっしゃい。
And she'll also greet you when you come back home.
おかえりなさい。
She can even converse with you through Line, or Japan's equivalent to WhatsApp, who also happens to own Gatebox itself. There are ways to add other avatars from big anime subculture IPs, such as Hatsune Miku, and even Rem from ReZero.
電気消して。電気消して。
Of course, there are a lot of people that'll think Gatebox is a weird product. Between the pandemic and just the way that we are on the internet, I'd argue that socializing is harder than ever. Honestly, I feel like companionship through something like you would experience on a Gatebox can be hugely beneficial for someone and can make someone's day. These are my general thoughts, but there are grander ideas that are way beyond the scope of this video, but I assure you we are going to get back to this product at some point on the channel, so please stay tuned. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Denki Channel. Once again, shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Jawa.gg, and otherwise, I'll catch y'all in the next one.